Thank you for tuning in to the Shikama Live Show with your host Shikama. So I just wanted to make a final video about this Donald Sterling, owner of the Clippers, fiasco. First of all, I'm making this video in the same sort of vein that I made the Trayvon Martin case is nothing but a distraction. This is a distraction. I wasn't aware of how much of a distraction this is until I checked into the story a little bit more and saw how widespread this is. It's on all the news channels, it's all over YouTube, it's all over the internet. TMZ has made 5 or 6 different angles to this whole story. They put out the whole 9-minute tape. That's where their real mistake is, because the hearing from the horse's mouth, you can really understand that this has nothing to do with this guy being racist. This has everything to do with a man who's a billionaire having a fight with his whore of a girlfriend who's not even in his realm, and she doesn't even understand what he's even talking about, and she's lower class. This is why I made my other video, which is doing very well, I might add, talking about men dating below their financial status. Don't ever date below your financial status, because you're going to be dealing with a monster. You're going to be dealing with somebody who's not even going to understand the realm that you are in. This probably a billionaire, I don't know what his net worth is. This probably a billionaire is dealing with a street whore, just a complete floozy or a hood rat, and he's trying to convey to her to stop posting hood rat stuff on Instagram, which I'm surprised and shocked that he knows, and that his people, or the people he hangs out with, knows. This entire thing is a distraction. I want to call your attention to Michael Jordan's response. Now, he made a two-pronged response. He said, as a former player, that of course he was shocked and horrified at the supposed comments. I don't know what kind of story he got. It's probably he got the story like the Cliven Bundy story, where they told him, "What do you think of this?" And this is what the guy said, versus him listening to the actual guy. Now, let me tell you something. When you have an argument with anybody that you are actually close to, be it your family, your friends, your girlfriend, boyfriend, what have you, close to, you're going to say some stuff that probably isn't even on your mind, probably has nothing to do with how you actually feel. You might say, "I hate your mom," right? Knowing fully well that you don't hate her mom or hate his mom, but you might say it in the heat of passion, right? You might say, "I hate your mom. I never liked I never liked your sister anyway," or "I never liked your father anyway," right? You might say that in the heat of passion. Now, this girl was pushing him. I would have, I'm Capricorn. I would have hung up the phone, and that would have been the end of the relation. I wouldn't have even said it's over. I don't even have to evoke that. She would have just been completely blocked. Her stuff would have been in the trash outside on the curb, and she would have come by and found it there, saying, "Pick it up here," and it would have been in the trash can. That would have been the end of it. I wouldn't have even said it's over. It would have been already over by the 3rd second of that phone call. Obviously, they are not equally yoked, right? If you're a Christian, you understand the Bible, you will understand that reference. They are not equally yoked, and they don't need to be together. And you don't need to be listening to TMZ to get your news and information. Now, I find out that ESPN, SportsCenter, and all of these shows are dedicating 2 and 3 segments. A segment is how much they talk about until they go to commercial. They're dedicating 2 and 3 segments to this shenanigans and talking about, "Oh, he should be kicked out of basketball." First of all, it was a private conversation between him and his floozy, his whorish girlfriend, that he had absolutely no idea that she was recording, that she uploaded to the internet. She did this He has nothing to do with this. He did not come out and smack his black players in the head. Now everybody wants to come talk about, oh well, I thought he was racist too. That is not your position, really. Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, some former Clippers players. That's really not your place. I'm gonna talk about two different things. Jordan said, as a player, and like I said, I don't know what sort of angle of the story that he heard. He said, I'm horrified by the statements that are made, and they sound racist. He said, as an owner, I would hope the commissioner would investigate this and take appropriate action. Now that statement says, I don't know what side of the fence that this will fall on, but there is somebody who's in charge who will take care of this, and they will take care of this, and I will agree with whatever their decision is. Now that is how you should handle all of these stupid stories. And black people, stop falling for this okie doke, okay? This is a distraction. America, this is a distraction. There should be absolutely no reason why we should be sitting around the dinner table or kitchen table discussing what some man had in a private conversation in an argument between him and his whorish girlfriend, who obviously is not worth the price of tea in China. My second point was a lot of the comments that I read on the 20 or 30 or so videos that I saw and watched and trying to give out different angles of the same exact story said that the players should walk out. The players should not work for a guy like that. The players shouldn't play for him. Then there was just a little tiny voice of reason, somebody arguing with them said, you know what, I mean, they're getting a paycheck from this guy. And then of course they say, oh, the players, they're house Negroes, they're coons, they're Uncle Toms, and all of these disparaging remarks. Now I don't know if the person making the statement is an actual black person, which I think black people would be the only people to have any sort of leeway to say that sort of stuff, however erroneously that it is. But let me tell you something. I want you to step into the shoes of a business owner, and each of these players are business owners. They own not only their basketball skills, but they own their entire brand. LeBron James owns LeBron James the brand. LeBron James the basketball business. Michael Jordan owns Michael Jordan the brand, the basketball business. I want you to step into the shoes of a business owner just for 2 seconds, you ignorant bastards. If you go around this planet and say that you're not going to shake hands and deal with quote-unquote racist people, you are an idiot. I want you to, for 2 seconds, assume that everybody you shake hands with hates your guts. How many people would you be shaking hands with if your business acumen is to not shake hands and not deal with anybody who is quote-unquote racist in their heart? Now, first of all, you don't even know the definition of racism, because if somebody's going to shake your hand and do business with you, they are not a racist. If they might go behind your back and call you a nigger and all sorts of horrible things that you could possibly dream up, they're a bigot, they're not a racist. A racist doesn't do business with you. A racist doesn't give you $1 million. A racist doesn't sign a multi-million-dollar contract with you. That's not a racist. And if you had a little bit of education, you would understand what a racist really is. Now, let me tell you, you ignorant fools, if you owned a business and you went around saying that you're not going to shake hands with bigots or racists, you're the very bigot and racist yourself. You might not even like the people that you do business with, but if your business is getting ahead, if you're paying the salaries of all of the people that you have hired, if your clientele comes through your doors and appreciates your business, it doesn't matter that your supplier goes home and has a dartboard with a big black Sambo on it and throws darts at it and says how much he talks about how much he hates black people. It doesn't even matter. Does it really? Let's get down to brass tacks. Does it matter that he has it in his? He could have the biggest Confederate flag in his house that you could ever seen in your life. If he shakes your hands and you are doing business with him and your business is profiting from that guy, number one, first of all, he can't be a racist by definition, and that's my definition. As a Pan-Africanist, he's not a racist. By definition, he's not a racist. Stop being so ignorant as to call somebody who owns a multi-million-dollar name like LeBron James, Shaquille O'Neal, or what have you, calling them a coon or a jigaboo or a house negro or a house slave or a house nigger. You're the idiot, not them. If he's paying black folks to get on the court for millions of dollars, he is by definition not a racist. I'm an intellectual. I'm a business owner. I'm sure there's things that the people that I do business with that I hate. There's people I do business with that I would love to completely cease to exist because of their views on homosexuality, gay marriage, and all that sort of stuff. But I still accept the residual income from them. I still accept all that from them. And you know what? I don't even care. I want you to take off your foolish hat and I want you to put on your intellectual hat and live your life for the betterment of you. Especially black people. Stop falling for this ignorant stuff. Erase this entire story from your existence, and I want you to see what is really on the news and what they are avoiding telling you. Erase this story. What are they not telling you on the news?